আমাদের পরবর্তী বক্তা একাধারে কবি ও প্রাবন্ধিক প্রফেসর এস এম আবু দায়েন বর্তমানে জাহাঙ্গীরনগর বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ের বাংলা বিভাগে অধ্যাপনা করছেন। তার গবেষণার মূল ক্ষেত্র বাংলা সাহিত্যের ইতিহাস, বাংলা ব্যাকরণ, কবিতা এবং সাহিত্য তত্ত্ব, লোকসাহিত্য গবেষণা, ধর্ম ও সমাজ। বর্তমানে তিনি বাংলা স্থান নামে ঔপনিবেশিক প্রভাব এবং রাবীন্দ্রিক শিক্ষা ভাবনার নিরিখে বাংলাদেশের শিক্ষা ব্যবস্থা নিয়ে গবেষণা করছেন। বাংলাদেশের লোকছড়া, অপরতার জীবন ও সংস্কৃতি ইত্যাদি গবেষণা গ্রন্থ রচনা করেছেন। তার প্রকাশিত কবিতা সংকলন জল ও ঝিনুকের গল্প, জল হবে জলবন্দি প্রভৃতি। অনুরাগ দা।
Thank you, Shinjini. Our next speaker is Professor A.S.M. Abu Dayan, a poet and essayist, and he is currently teaching in the Bengali department of Jahangirnagar University, Bangladesh. His main areas of research are history of Bengali literature, Bengali grammar, poetry and literary theory, folklore studies, religion, and society. He is currently doing research on the educational system of Bangladesh in terms of colonial and Rabindranath Tagore's influences across the regions of Bengal. He has written research books like Bangladeshir Lokochhora, Oporata Jibon o Samoskriti, etc. His collection of poems, Jol o Jhinuker Golpo, Jol Hobe Jolobondi, etc. Over to you, Professor Abu Dain. Thank you.
Good evening. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Good evening to the online audience hearing me from different parts of the globe. Before starting my talk, I would like to pay my heartiest gratitude to and thanks to Dr. Sati Guha, Director of the Institute of Language Studies and Research, Department of Higher Education and Education, the Government of West Bengal, India. She is my Swatidi, more than the loving sibling, best known to our circles as my bosom friend. I know she is a daughter of a mother living in Kolkata. I would like to pay tribute to the key players who brought Maimansingh Gitika in light of the world. Tribute to the anticipated, known and unknown authors of the ballads. Sir Ashutosh Mukherjee, the then Vice Chancellor of Calcutta University, Bengali Discipline Professor and Editor Dr. Dinesh Chandra Sen, Collector Chandrakumar De, and so on. There are 10 ballads or Palagan in first part of Maimansingh Gitika. All of those are collected from Greater Maimansingh district by Chandrakumar De, an inhabitant of the village Aithor in present Netragona district, getting inspiration and institutional help from the Vice Chancellor of Calcutta University, Sir Ashutosh Mukherjee. Dr. Dinesh Chandra Sen prepared the manuscript for publication based on the collected ballads by Chandrakumar De, who was also a rural poet. This is the incident of 1923. Therefore, this year, 2023, is the centenary of publishing Maimansingh Gitika. On this ground, I am speaking on this colloquium arranged by you, the people here with me. Before telling something, I am expressing my deep impression to the first speaker, Dr. Omitavo Das, who spoke very well, and in some snippets, he took us to the very important information of Maimansingh Gitika. On the ground, we have got this unique uh, invention by Dinesh Chandra Sen. Now, I draw your attention to two digital media creations. One is drama serial created by eminent Bangladeshi writer Humayun Ahmed named Ure Jai Bokopokhi. The bird heron flies away, where the author depicted the life of a village bayati or folk lyricist, singer, and composer living in a distant village of Netrakona district, the Greater Mymensingh. In this drama serial, as well as the novel written first, we witness how a bayati lived his life with his only daughter. The father and his daughter owned a singing team. All the members of the team, they were very poor. They are full of married, composed of the ecstasy and agony. Another creation is a film made in Dhaka by Mr. Rashid Chaudhuri named Chandravati Kotha, based on Mymensingh Gitika ballads. Its facts and anecdotes, where a female poet, Chandravati of 16th century, was a central character. In these two creations, we witness a rebirth of the medieval age Mymensingh in the form of digital technology. Will take you to the world of facts on Mymensingh Gitika or Purbabanga Gitika or the East Bengal ballads are as follows. Mymensingh Gitika or Purbabanga Gitika from rural Mymensingh, a district of the then Bengal Presidency in British India. Mymensingh have been renamed as district here. The main ballad area is divided between Mymensingh, Netrakona, Kishoreganj, and Hobbyganj districts. Out of these 10 ballads, names of some authors are known. Mohua was written
Professor
by
Professor Dayan.
Dijo Kanai.
Excuse me,
Yes.
Professor Dayan. I
Yes.
think your bandwidth is low. It's showing. If you just stop your video, then we can hear you properly. I
Okay.
think it's
Okay.
showing that bandwidth is low.
Okay. Okay. Sorry for the disturbance.
Stick.
Out of these 10 ballads, names of some authors are known. Mohua was written by Dijo Kanai. Anthem song in the prelude says that Mohua was written by the female poet Chandravati, though there is debate about the authorship of Molua. Another ballad, Chandravati, was written by Noyan Ghosh. The ballad Kamala was written by Dijo Ishan. Another ballad, Dewan Bhavna, popularly known Sunai Madhav, was written by Chandravati. Doshu Kanaramer Pala, also by Chandravati. And unknown authors, Rupavati, Konko, Olila, by 4 authors, Damodar, Raghusuto, Noyanchand Ghosh, and Srinath Benia. Kajol Rekha's authorship is also unknown, and the last one, Dewana Madina, was written by Mansur Bayati. Considering all the ballads, we see here that Chandravati is the principal character in Mymensingh Gitika. This principality is based on the authorship and a character inside the ballad. Chandravati was the only daughter of Dija Banshidas, a medieval age poet of Manasa Mangal. It is anecdote to say that she was engaged with his childhood friend and disciple of his father, Jayanand. When their marriage was arranged, he finally betrayed and married a Muslim girl. Chandravati was shocked and decided not to marry further. The rigid girl started to write Ramayana following his father's order. Following the Ramayana epic of ancient India, she deconstructed the epic story here. Sita is the local character. It is popularly said that Chandravati Ramayana became Sitayana instead. We know there are many criticisms and debates over the ages with Maiman Singh Gitika. These debates include its time frame, poetic value, way of collection, originality of field level shape of the ballads, identity of the authors, utility of terming those folk literature, quality of editor and collector, editors and collectors, unethical intervention on the language and plots, and many more. Leaving all the debates carefully, I would like to study the ballads according to text we got from the unique discovery of Dr. Sen. I acknowledge that all the debates have some valid grounds. Those should be solved due to the historic reason. However, these issues may be discussed otherwise. We, the Bengalis, past 100 years already seeing these debates. Now, we may test the literary output of the ballads, paying less attention to the debates. In this viewpoint, I got a strong asylum from Rabindranath Tagore as he emphasized to justify the class of the ballads, not searching the tide. Following him, I would like to tell that what time printed out on the skin of the ballads is enough for us. No need to pass more time to finding out the lifetime of the authors. This is our time to read Maiman Singh Gitika with proper attention as on the shape. It is standing on the editorial credit of Dr. Dinesh Chandra Sen. I think this is the proper way to pay our homage to the centenary. I can go to Rabindranath again to study the ballads. Tagore's observation may be noticed hereby in some points. One, Rabindranath observed the symphony of world literature on Maiman Singh Gitika. He termed it as not the ordered literature of urban elite people. He termed it as enjoyed on the own earthenware by the villagers, but it is the adorable crop of the universe, sprout of paddy plant. As witnessed in folk literature, it is gradually or perpetually polished, changed, or moderated by people. Although having the diachronic change by performing orally, there is a unique poetic power or sense or value on Maiman Singh Gitika ballads. Rabindranath emphasized to determine the class of the ballads, not time, I told earlier. In which way we study literary works, the facts of literary criticism depicted in Tagore's observation very nicely. My observation is as follows. I notice here in the ballads of Maiman Singh Gitika, if we consider all the ballads, we see geospatial facts of Maiman Singh Gitika. We know a vast house declining region of Bengal basin, we know Bengal, or especially the East Bengal, is a lower basin of Himalaya. By the way, Himalayan water are going to the Bay of Bengal. Mymensingh region, which is term Greater Mymensingh, Jamalpur, Tangail, present Mymensingh district, Netrokona, Kishoreganj, and one part of Sylhet, once Sylhet district. This is Hobbyganj. Hobbyganj is also mentioned in a ballad of Mymensingh Gitika, and that is Dewana Modina, where Baniachong is mentioned as the place. This lower basin, that is known as Haul, is nicely depicted in all the ballads of Mymensingh Gitika. Second thing I observe here is agri-based society of Mymensingh Gitika in the pre-modern age of Bengal. We know agri-based society is the key of our folk literature. Nowadays, folk literature or folklore is defined newly in Europe and America, especially after World War II. Many Western countries are totally converted into city or town. There is no village actually, but in our context, agri-based society is the life of folk literature, and in Mymensingh Gitika and in each of the ballads, we see the basis of agri-based society. Another thing is that pathos of Bengal female life. You can observe the pathos of female life in Bengal. We can see in Mohua, we can see in Molua, we can see in Dewana Modina, and all other ballads. Pathos of female are depicted very nicely. In this context, we see that what was told by John Keats, that our saddest, our sweetest songs are those tale of saddest thought. We see here this pathos of human life is nicely depicted in the Sai of Mohua, in the Sai of Molua, in the Sai of Modina. Another thing is jobless society of East Bengal. You can see, especially in case of Haul, 50% of the time of a calendar year, the land of Haul area is gone under the water. Then the locality went jobless. They have nothing to do. Especially the farmers just stay in their home. In this jobless time, they are hard things, many things. And by the way, many wonderful creation from them we got. Another thing is torture of powerful corner. By the ages, we see powerful people already always torture the powerless people. In Mymensingh Gitika ballads, this fact is also depicted. Another thing we observe here, we can remember Romantic age poets of English literature. The Romantic poets uses nature to express their thinking in their poem. In the medieval time of Bengal literature, the poets, especially the folk poets, they were far from educational matters. They were mostly illiterate, but the way they depicted the nature, the house, the vast lands, the greeneries, and other natural beauties is excellent. We can see in the ballads. Another thing we observe in Maimasing Gitika is religious syncretism. Hindu and Muslim, the two major religious part of our population, and cultural religious harmony is a big challenge in Bangladesh and India and many other places in the globe nowadays. But in Maimansingh Gitika, we observe the entanglements of religious issues between Hindu and Muslim people. If we see back to the anthem of all the ballads, we can see the poets, the Boyatis, paid their respect to Hindu pilgrims and Muslims too. And another thing is that village cultural life. In the time when Maimansingh Gitika was built, another way we can see in the film Chandrapati Katha with Mr. Rashid Chaudhary. In the beginning of my talk, I tried to draw your attention. Also seen there that then Maimansingh was a wonderful place for the exercise of cultural life of Bengal people. Raymond Williams, I can go to Raymond Williams, argued that culture is a complex and dynamic concept that encompasses various aspects of human experience, including art, music, literature, language, customs, traditions, and social practices. He emphasized that culture is not a fixed or static entity, but is constantly evolving and changing. He said that culture could be categorized in three ways: social, ideal, and documentary. Social described a specific form of life. Ideal referred to values, work, and lives, where documentary referred to the intellectual creation. William argued that culture is not elite but ordinary. In Maimansingh Gitika, we can observe the documentary culture of then East Bengal people, especially from Maimansingh. This is my talk. Thank you very much.
অনেক ধন্যবাদ স্যারকে।